Oh boy, do I have thoughts on this one. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Welcome to another episode of We Need to Talk About. And today, we need to talk about challengers. Holy crap. I know I'm like a week late. It came out the weekend of the NFL draft. Thanks, I guess. So I was working and did not have time to go see it. I've finally seen it. And it's time to talk about it because we need to talk about this damn movie. Holy mother of God, this movie is crazy, hot, and incredible all at the same time. This is the newest film from Luca Guadagnino. Obviously, Call Me By Your Name fame. Bones and All, just name a few. That stars Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, Mike Faist. Wow, where do I even begin? I was highly looking forward to this movie. I loved the trailers. I was fully invested. I thought it looked very steamy and very dramatic. And I was, safe to say, I was fully invested and fully anticipating this movie coming out in theaters. And one, I'm glad I saw it in a theater. And one, I would recommend you see it in a theater. You see it in theaters. Because it is the definition of a movie that needs to be seen in a theater. And no, it's not like this big blockbuster Dune or Top Gun Maverick or anything like that. But with the sound design and the score and the tennis sequences themselves, like, it's a movie that demands to be seen on a huge screen with the best audio technology that you can see it in. Because it will leave you on the edge of your seat. All right, but let's get into the brass tacks here. This film's a damn treat. It is. This is a film that people use the line, they just don't make films like this anymore. Like, that's the type of film that Challengers is. They just don't make films like this anymore. And I think it starts and ends with our performances. I really do. I think the performances carry. The performances are the lifeblood. The performances are the heart and the soul. Zendaya is a star. If you didn't already know that, I hope you know now after watching this movie. She is a star, not in the making. She is a star. And I think that her performance here is so electric. Your eyes are glued to the screen. You are afraid of her. You don't always know her intentions or her next move. You don't always know what she's going to do. And I liked that. I liked that mysteriousness of her character. As the film goes on, I don't love all the decisions her character makes, but those decisions lead to a very incredibly executed finale. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not spoiling the movie in this video. But, I will say but, Zendaya's performance is not my favorite performance of this movie. My favorite performances of this movie belong to Josh O'Connor and Mike Faist. They are. You talk about the phrase dynamic duo, and what a dynamic duo it is. You got Jordan and Pippen. You got Brady and Belichick. You know, you got all these different dynamic duos, but the dynamic duo, Josh O'Connor and Mike Faist, in this movie is absolutely phenomenal. They are so good in this movie. They both have their moments to shine. They both toe the line between good and bad. They both have their issues. They both are assholes. They both are douchebags. But you are cheering for them? Both? Kinda? Ish? It's weird. There's a lot of layers to this movie, and I'm not going to sit here and spoil everything for you, but the tension of this movie lives and dies by the performances and by the moral ambiguity of our characters. Are they on the right side of morality, or are they on the bad side? We tiptoe that line. We go back and forth like a tennis match throughout this movie. At one point, you are on this person's side. On the next point, you're on this person's side. And we ping back and forth like a tennis match throughout this movie. And that is why my second point, why the writing, I think, is so genius here. I gave this movie a 94 out of 100. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I definitely have my issues with the movie. But I think the writing is one of the highest points of this movie. I gave writing a 13 out of 15. There is something that happens at the end of this movie that I don't love. And so I ding writing a little bit. But I forgive it because I understand what they were going for in terms of building tension and teeing us up for one of the most incredible reveals at the end of the movie. So I think in general, the writing really does get the job done. Like I said, you are towing the line between good and bad. There is a level of moral ambiguity throughout the entire movie, and it is played off perfectly by our performances and is executed so well in how the movie is formatted, how it is structured, and how it leaves you on the edge of your seat. The storytelling structure of this movie is great. It hops back and forth through time. It is not linear. It is all over the place. It is a Nolan-esque movie where you are hopping back and forth through time while you are learning what is happening. And it's all taking place during this final tennis match at the end of the movie where we finally figure out who wins and who loses. So the writing's fantastic. I think what Guadagnino did here was incredible. I think, like I said, towing that line and having that moral ambiguity with these three incredibly imperfect people led to some of the best tension I've seen in a movie so far this year. It's just phenomenal. This is one of the most tense movies I've seen. And it's really not even in the sports scenes themselves. The sports scenes are incredible. They are executed phenomenally. They are shot in ways that I've never experienced before. There are moments in this movie that I'm like, I've never seen that before, ever, on a movie. But it's not even that. It doesn't live and die by that. It lives and dies by its characters, the character moments, the subtle moments, the small moments, the intimate conversations. That's where this movie lives and dies. And you are locked into every single word of dialogue. And that's the sign of a good movie and good writing, ladies and gentlemen. This film's tense. It elicits every emotion in the book. I gave this 10 out of 10 on the emotion scale for me. It elicits every emotion in the book. You are happy. You are sad. You laugh. It's a funny movie at times. You cry. It's steamy. It's hot and heavy. And you are biting your fingernails on the edge of your seat for every single second of this movie, especially during the tennis sequences. We'll talk about the tennis sequences real quick. I love a good sports movie. And I think at the core, this is just a good sports movie. Not even just like this drama, because this isn't really a sports movie. This is more of a drama. But like at the core, it's just a damn good sports movie. It really is. And I think that the composition and the execution of these sports sequences and tennis sequences are so well done. Like I've already mentioned, the perspectives that we see these sequences in, you're seeing things that I've never seen before on film. I literally was sitting there and I'm like, I've never seen this ever be put to film. It was incredible. It was really incredible. I think watching these tennis sequences kept you on the edge of your seat. I was fully engrossed and invested, and I absolutely loved it. Technical wise, gets the job done. I don't think it's anything special. I just dropped what I was fidgeting with, excuse me. I don't think it's anything special from the technical in terms of costume design or set design. I think it's good enough. It gets the job done. But what really, I think where it really excels is both in the visual effects, like we've kind of already talked about with the tennis stuff. There are definite visual effects there, and you'll know if you've seen the movie what I'm talking about. And I think the sound design overall. A lot of people have issues with the score. Not necessarily the score, but like the sound design with the score. I actually really liked it. Maybe I'm in the minority there, but like when the score kicks into like these conversations, it kind of envelops the conversations. Not to the point where you can't hear what they're saying, but I liked that. It added a different kind of more tense dynamic, and it kind of showed like, oh yeah, like we need to lock into this conversation. Like there is important things happening right now on screen. And for me, it worked. Just added this new form of tension that was already weaved into the already created tension that was already on screen. I liked it. And that, talking about the score, you got Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross making this score. The score's awesome. It's so great. I love the score. It's fantastic. So in general, I think the technical does the job to let the writing and performances really shine. Like that's what this film is. This film is a vessel for the incredible performances we see on screen and the very well executed and thought out story, dialogue, and drama. And I think that if the technical was able to land, it landed absolutely phenomenally. This film's going to be a home run. It really is. Yeah, I'm not going to leave you guys here too long. I'm going to wrap up here. I feel very good about kind of what I've said here. I do have issues with some of the writing, like I already said, and I can't talk about it without spoiling the movie, so I'm not going to. There is a decision that Zendaya's character makes around the end of the movie. That's all I'm going to say. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't love that decision, but at the same time, it actually probably was the right decision in the writing, I think. I don't know. Look, again, I can't spoil this movie, and I really want to, but I don't want to spoil the movie for you guys. It leads into that level of moral ambiguity. Is what Zendaya is doing for the best of her husband? Or is what Zendaya is doing the best for her? There's a lot of ego in this movie. There's a lot of selfishness in this movie. There's a lot of survival in this movie. And there's a lot of what can I do to get myself ahead in this movie? And I think that certain decisions made, I didn't love, but I understand them. And I understand why they're in the writing. And they did, I will give props, lead to one of the best reveals at the end of the movie. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm not going to ramble on too much longer. I just really, really love this movie. I rated it a 94 out of 100. It just missed 5-star rating, but I still think that it is one of the best movies of the year. I believe it's at number 3 on my list right now of movies this year, behind Dune Part 2 and Civil War. It's a damn good movie. I think the direction is phenomenal, too. I didn't even mention that. Luca Guadagnino absolutely destroyed with the direction. Is absolutely incredible. I gave that 10 out of 10 as well. It's a thoroughly entertaining movie. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm going to leave it there. I want you guys to go watch the movie, and I want you to comment in the comments what you thought of the movie. That's where I want to really have our forum of discussion in terms of spoilers and things like that. So if you go down in the comments, there might be a spoiler down there, so you better watch out. The comments, in my opinion, are open reign to talk spoilers, so don't go in the comments if you don't want to get spoiled. So go watch the movie. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear your thoughts on the spoilers that I kind of hinted at but didn't fully talk about. And yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to grow this channel. We've had really great growth over the past few months, especially with these videos. A lot of people have been watching them and getting new subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you're new, thank you so much for taking the time to click the subscribe button. It really does mean the absolute world. Got more of these videos coming out in the future. I've decided that if I see a movie I really, really, really like, even if it's not a 95, and I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it on this channel. I was very strict last year about what I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to be a little more lenient about it. I'm going to be a little better about it. But that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out my second channel. I'm doing 3-minute reviews on all the new releases I see. Just put up one about Boy Kills World yesterday, so make sure you go check that one out if you haven't already. That'll be linked down below in the description of this video. Follow me on social media, especially my Instagram. I spend a lot of time on there doing the reviews and things like that. Spend a lot of time and effort making those posts for you guys, so if you have not already, make sure you go over and follow me on Instagram and all the other social medias, which will be linked down below in the description. Like the video, share the video with a friend, comment your thoughts on challengers down below in the description, down below in the comments, excuse me. I want to hear your thoughts. I really do. I want to hear what you guys think about this movie. And make sure you subscribe. Like I said, do all the things you do on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Let's keep growing this channel. The goal is 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Can we get there? We shall see. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Go watch Challengers in a theater. I'm telling you, that's the best experience you're going to have in a theater around this time of year. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.